Hey y'all to our replay viewers. Welcome. Y'all ready? Look, we don't own the rights to this music. You know, Facebook's been on some ooh-wee right about now, but that's all right. To the replay viewers, I appreciate you joining me. Hey, y'all. I'm super excited that you're here. Listen, go ahead and share the broadcast to the replay viewers. I appreciate you. Go ahead. Say hello so I can say hello back, even if you're watching the replay, because I promise you that I go through and respond to the comments. Gonna say hello and all that good stuff. So again, welcome and thank you so much. It is Fiery Friday, y'all. Hey. And I'm excited to be here with you tonight. I'm Tisha Marie Johnson. For those who do not know me, I am Amazon bestselling author, relationship coach, speaker, ordained elder. I got a lot of stuff going on. And you know how I am. I don't like to talk about that stuff. Anyway, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I'm rocking solo tonight, and it's all good because, you know, that's what we do. It's all good. So again, thank you for joining me. I hope that you are well and all is well in your world. Hope you have a great and awesome day. So we're going to get this conversation started. But again, thank you so much for joining us. I just want to look and see if I'm live in the places in which I think I should be live in. So again, welcome. Looking forward to the conversation tonight. Hey, Rodney, I'm looking forward to sharing with you. So listen, go ahead and share the broadcast. It is hot. Y'all see me like glistening? Woo! If I'm sweating, then it's hot. It's hot, but super excited to be here nonetheless. So again, welcome and thank you so much for being here. So tonight we're going to be talking about true love. But listen, I just want to put this out there. I don't want to get caught up in my chat tonight and forget to tell you, listen, June 12th, all roads lead to Troy, Michigan, the Embassy Suites Hotel. Your girl, I'm going to take the stage. Listen, this is so huge. I'm honored for this opportunity. I'm super excited to be sharing my story with the world, y'all. Look, this is going to be seen in 5 different continents, hundreds of thousands of viewers, and I'm excited. It's such a huge thing. It's such a great opportunity, and I'm so thankful. Shout out to the Fair Consulting Group. Shout out to Sean Fair, Cheryl Ray Johnson, and all of the crew, Larry, just everybody, all of the incredible speakers. So you want to make sure that you get your ticket. Look, now, you know, we still on restriction. So I can only have like 2 people in the house, but you can attend virtually. So that's what this particular plea is for. I want you to be there and support your girl. I do. I'm asking. And the ticket is not very much at all. So I need you to go to bit.ly/Tisha Speaks 21. bit.ly/Tisha Speaks 21. Scrolling at the bottom of your screen. If you missed it, if you're like, okay, what did she say? Yeah. Hey, Q, thanks for joining us, sis. Scrolling at the bottom of the screen, you want to make sure that you go ahead, get your ticket now. Because listen, I have to sell. Look, I'm on a mission to sell at least 20 tickets. So I need y'all to come on buy these tickets. Like for real. I have 22 days. it seemed like it was so far away. And now it's like up here in my face. Super excited about it. Got some last minute things that we're doing to make it amazing. But I need y'all's help. I need y'all watching me virtually. Even if you can't be in the room, it's still going to be incredible. You're going to experience some incredible speakers, some people that have some phenomenal stories. You're going to hear from them. For some people, it's going to be an incredible event, but for some people, it's going to be life changing. And I've only heard a few of the stories, so I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna be there, crying. I'm gonna have to make sure my makeup stay in place because these stories are powerful. You never know what the person next to you has gone through or what they've experienced in life and how they have overcome. These are success stories of people that have gone through some stuff that have overcome. And so, we got some relationship stories. Even if you had a book, I'm going to talk about some things that you've never heard me discuss, but you gotta be in the house. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You got to be in the house. So listen, tonight we're talking about true love. What is true love? What is true love to you? I want you to put your answer in the chat. What to you? What is the definition of true love? We get our definitions from how we were raised, what we saw exhibited in front of us growing up, or even if you saw a bad example growing up, it still was an example that set the precedence for what you, in turn, act out as love. So even if it was a bad situation, you may have gone polar opposite of what you experienced or what you saw, what you witnessed. Some people get stuck. And then there are some people, hey, Denise, thanks for joining. There are some people that get stuck in the in-between. They don't quite do the bad stuff. They don't quite do the good stuff. And so, it really is kind of a catch. But no matter where you fall on that spectrum, as far as what you believe, you got to come and find a center for what you consider to be true love. So, unconditional compassion and care for an individual. Yes, definitely care and compassion for others. What other things do you guys look at as true love? So I know for me, I don't know that I thought about what true love was to define it. I just knew that I should have it. I just knew that, especially as it related to marriage. So for me, though I had a different experience, but I equated love and marriage together. Okay, so had been on this pursuit for various reasons to love and to be loved. And that happens again as a result of what I saw modeled before me. Not that I saw, necessarily bad examples, but there was something in your life that molded and shaped your definition of love. And so a lot of times we see it as some things that we're going to discuss tonight. So some people view true love by being in a situation of manipulation. What? Yes. Some people see manipulation as love. They see a situation, they're in this relationship with this person, and this person really doesn't mean them any good. This person is in their life really to take from them, not to give or have an exchange, but the person is there to get all their needs met or to make sure that you give them exactly what they want. So for some, that's what love looks like, manipulation. Maybe you saw, I ain't gonna talk about nobody tonight, but maybe you saw some crafty ways, we'll put it that way. Maybe you saw some crafty ways as to what was supposed to be love modeled before you. Y'all know. invite him over, cook his favorite meal, make it go down in the bedroom so that he can pay that bill or he can buy whatever it is. Manipulation. Where's the love in that situation? None. Manipulation. And so if that's an example that you saw, you can, even if not knowingly or deliberately, you can find yourself being manipulative in relationships. Now, it doesn't have to just be romantic relationships. You can take that behavior into the job. You can take that behavior, hello, somebody, into the church house and find ways to maneuver so that it's all about you. It's all about what you want. It's all about what pleases you. As long as you happy, as long as you get what you want, as long as you have the say, then everything is all right. But when that changes, I can think of some situations growing up where people wanted their way and would do anything that they had to do in order to get their way. Manipulation. So there are people who, because of experience, see that as love. And it's not. We got to go back to a place and find what love truly is. The second thing, and again, never an all-inclusive list, just a few things that we're going to talk about tonight. So again, welcome and thank you so much for being here. Say hello so I can say hello back, and definitely share this broadcast if you have not already done so. I appreciate you. Sharing is caring, and we appreciate you doing just that. So we're talking about what true love is. So sometimes true love looks like being in a situation and the person you're drawn to someone who is jealous of you. I know that sounds crazy. How could I be drawn or draw someone who has jealous tendencies? And if you've ever been in a relationship with somebody who is a jealous minded person, hey Renee, thanks for joining. You could go, I had a situation where not because I know why I was in a relationship with them, but they were very jealous. And I was like, I'm the most giving person ever. How could you, where you get that from? But some people, because they have this spirit of competition, or because it's that back and forth, that really makes them feel like, oh, if this person isn't treating me this way, then it must not be love, or I must not be doing the right thing. Well, if they're not treating you the way you want to be treated, then is it really truly love in the first place? But a lot of times we settle because we're in this relationship. Ladies, we think we can change them. We're going to cook it. We're going to put it down. We're going to make his life easy, amazing, and all of that. We're going to bring all of our, fantabulousness to the relationship, and he's going to want to be a better person. It's okay to see potential in a person. I hope that you are with someone that you can see a greater potential in them. But listen, you can't marry on potential at all. Unless until that person decides that they want to be better, they want to grow, they want to transform, they want to do something different with their life. What you see is what you get. Was that back in the day? I'm gonna tell my age now. Flip Wilson, what you see is what you get. I can't remember. What you see is what you get. And a lot of people don't believe that. You have got to be okay if you're in a relationship with somebody now. Now listen, don't be like the relationship lady said, I got to leave you. Don't do me like that. That is not what we're doing. That's not what we're saying. We talk about these things so that you can have a more considerate conversation. We talk about these things so that you can have a hard conversation with yourself. Can somebody say, let's have a hard conversation? And Sometimes it's difficult, sometimes it's challenging, but it's a must. How long will you live your life under somebody else's rules and still be unhappy? How long will you go along with the flow just so the flow can keep flowing and you're miserable? I had determined, and I might get into a little bit of my speech. I'm determined I'm not going to be certainly in a relationship and miserable, but I'm sure not going to ever again be in a marriage and miserable. Why? Life is too short. If you look around now, there's a whole lot of stuff going on and so much more on the way. Who has time to deal with some madness? Who has time to deal with somebody who is stuck in their ways, don't want to change, don't want to grow, don't want to do nothing different? If that's fine with you, then let it be fine, but don't complain about it. Don't complain about a situation that you're not willing to do something about. So jealousy, is that how you view love? Another thing, okay, nah. We all can say we've been in this situation. Infatuation, where they were just the greatest thing since sliced bread, honey. Listen, they could do no wrong. They floated on air. They just, everything about them. And I'm not saying that can't happen, but you've got to know when it truly is infatuation. And listen, a lot of times when it's infatuation, it is because surface stuff. We don't really take the time to like look deep down within. We don't take the time to say, when we face this situation, they dealt with this way. Nah, we just go, hey Dana, thanks for joining us, sis. Nah, we just gonna ignore that. It was, it just having a bad day. You ever been in a situation where, and we haven't gotten to this yet, but you ever been in a situation where their behavior made you go, and did you have the conversation about it? Or did you just say, okay, maybe it was me, maybe I was tripping, they was just having a bad day. This is not their typical, not their norm. Well, it may be a red flag that you're not paying attention to because you're so infatuated. I could think of, younger puppy love and just, woo, I remember those days. Yes, pay attention to the red flags. Absolutely. You got to pay attention to those red flags, because if not, you will find yourself in a bad situation. Ask me how I know. Yeah, I tell my people, I'm the poster child for don't do what I did. Red flags. Ignored them. Went ahead, just head first. Because what? And when you realize that you have walked out that behavior, you got to have a hard conversation with yourself. And so, yes, I was looking at me like, girl, I need you to get that together for real. I had to, and this is where you have to be self-aware. I had to sit my own self down. I was like, okay, look, y'all, I love you. I'm like Erica Campbell. I love God. You don't love God. What's wrong with you? But let me go sit my tail down, because I'm not making good choices. I'm making bad decisions, and it's just too much. Let me go sit down. Let me get my head together. Whether that's I need to kick my own butt or be sat in a position where I can have somebody pour into me, and sometimes that ain't happy. It might be for your good, but it don't feel good. Like medicine. My mother used to make me take Father John's when I was little. I guess it was good for you, but honey, that stuff was nasty. Okay. And sometimes that's how it is when we're dealing with our lives. Your truth might not be pretty. When I was working on the chapter for the book, I was like, oh, that's ugly. You about to tell the world that? And guess what? I held back. I really did. Now there's a lot of truth. It's absolute truth there. But you love that girl. If my sister was on here, she would be like, yes, that no, that stuff is nasty. Mm-mm. But you even in telling my truth, looking at my truth, it wasn't pretty at all. And it's one thing to know the story, but when you write the story out, you sometimes find yourself going back to that place, having to relive those emotions, having to walk back through that space. Now we look back for a reason. We don't look back to stay back. You look back to reflect, not to stay back there. Um, and definitely learning from the previous experience. You got to learn the lesson. And sometimes you got to look back to learn, but you don't stay back there at all. And don't allow yourself to get sucked back there. I can think of some times when, yes, being single, you think about some people that you were in a relationship with, and you're like, oh, he wasn't so bad, but y'all weren't together no more. So there was something. You had one of them lonely nights, or you had that moment where you like, we just gonna go to the movies. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Look, I'm just talking about me. We just gonna go to the movies. Knowing dang on well, no, you delete. Swipe, delete. You need to make sure that you protect yourself. Protect yourself from those red flags. Protect yourself from that behavior that is not beneficial for you. Don't allow yourself to stay in a bad situation and for the sake of whoever, care who it is. For the sake, you staying together for the sake of the kids. Well, he kicking your tail. How good is that for the kids? Or they're verbally abusive. How good is that for the kids? Or I ain't even get into abuse, but while I'm here, might as well stay. Abuse. Some people see abuse as love. If he ain't kicking your tail, you don't think he love you. What in the world? Now, I can only say that to a degree because that was something somewhere along the line that you learned. That's learned behavior. Well, I saw it done to my grandmother, and then I saw it done to my mother, and then I connected with somebody. Mm-mm. No, abuse is not love. And listen, I don't take that lightly. Abuse is not love. I don't care if it's verbal, emotional, financial, sexual, physical. I don't care what kind of abuse it is. It's not love. It's not love. And if you're not careful, the wrong kind of abuse, whether you kill your spirit, you kill your mind, or if it's the kind of abuse that could be fatal, that's not God's best for your life. And you really have to be willing to get the help that you need so that you can get in a better situation. It cost me too much heartache staying when I should have left a long time ago. Absolutely. And we've talked about that. We stay for a lot of reasons. We stay because we think, oh, if I pray a little harder, if I fast a little longer, if I'm a little bit sweeter, if I, fluff his pillows just right, if I, or I I ain't going nowhere. I bought this house too. I done gave this man the best parts of my life. No, there are better parts. If it's an abusive relationship, trust me, there are better parts. Will you do the work required to get to the better parts? So you've got to look at that. And again, be honest with yourself about where you are. And like Dana said, how much is it costing you? Is that thing that you call love, is it really costing your life, your livelihood? Is it affecting your spirit? Is it allowing you to live your best life? And if it's not, why isn't it? Is this something that was there all along and you just chose to ignore it? Have we gone through a patch in which, there's some different dynamics going on in the family, in the workplace, within? Because sometimes there are some things that happen within a person, some physiological changes, some chemical changes, just life situation changes. So, we got to look at that. Are we in this place because life has changed and maybe we didn't communicate like we should? And, maybe we stopped talking to each other, and, maybe I was doing this, they were doing that, and we looked up and we were miles apart and haven't done the work to bring it back together. What is it? You got to be honest with yourself about what it is. And, so here's my thing. Whenever I walked away, I had done everything. There was no stone unturned. I had counseled, I had talked, I had cried, I had prayed, I had fasted, I screamed, I talked, I wrote letters, I talked to other people, I talked to family members. I did everything. So when I walked away, and I'm like that. If I let you go, trust me, I've tried every way possible. I got to protect me. At a point, you got to make it about you. Not selfish, but that's self-care. Making it about you, making you a priority. Not selfish. You got to preserve you. You were given a life to live and to walk out your destiny, to operate in purpose. But if you allow other people's opinions, if you allow your circumstances, let's talk about it. Security. Some people think security is love. Well, he pay the bills, he go to work, but he do some other stuff too. Some other stuff that ain't conducive to your definition of love. But you're like, whew, I got somebody help me with these kids. I ain't got to work 4 jobs. Is that really love? Is it really love? Or is it convenience? Or you manipulating? You taking advantage of the system. I mean, your choice is your choice. But knowing that there's a better way, knowing that there's a different outcome that can be had when you do something different, then yes, you got to take a look at that. And so, babysitter, right? Come on. You got a babysitter. And okay, if they're your kids, you ain't babysitting. Hello, somebody. Not love, but convenience. Absolutely. If these your kids, bro, you ain't babysitting. Just like when they with me and when I got to do homework and schoolwork and laundry and all that, I ain't babysitting. I know that's a whole nother show. But I'm just saying, is it a matter of convenience because you want this thing that you feel makes you secure? You want it to be said that, oh, I got married and we stayed married for 50 years. But if you was unhappy for 49 of them, where's where's the prize? What are we happy about that? No. I listen. Relationships can be hard. But what I want to talk about, now we talked about these things. I am talk about one more thing. And then we're gonna get back to the question. What is true love? Boredom. Your girlfriends got booze, everybody get married, all of that. And you like, well, he liked me. He got a good job, he drive a good car. Or might as well. Anybody ever seen somebody in a might as well relationship? What in the what? might as well. Everybody else might as well. But you could care less about this person. You're bored. Go get a hobby. Go get a puppy. Do some crossword puzzles. You don't want a marriage. You need a mission. You need to go do something with yourself. But be connected to somebody just because you have nothing else better to do. Oh, well, at this point, I might as well. No. I would hate to think that somebody go shoot some pool, right? I would hate to think that somebody like, yeah, I mean, she is a good woman. Now, I can look back at a few and go, that might have been their story. She a good woman. She gonna go to work. She gonna hustle. She gonna cook. She gonna clean. She gonna. But if this ain't, you're looking at what society is saying. You're looking at what your family is saying. You're looking at all these external factors making you say, oh, well, might as well. Man, if I knew then what I know now. Because when we haven't dealt with the unresolved issues, you might find yourself, listen, again, don't do what I did. You might find yourself dealing with anything or everything because you haven't really dealt with you. I'd rather get up, dress to the nines, and go to Walmart. I know that's right. No, that's right. I know someone who she was actually in the middle of a sermon, but she was talking about a previous relationship she had. She was like, I should have went to the movies, honey. You better take yourself to the movies. And that's our joke. We like, ooh, child, I should have went to the movies that day. I have a relationship where I was like, ooh, I should have got them puppies for real. But don't do it out of boredom. Don't do it because you feel pressured. And one thing that I do love about the millennials, they don't let nobody pressure them. They're gonna do what they want to do. Go to school, go to college, rack up student loan debt, do all that. They like, I'm a work from home. I'm gonna work on my phone. I'm gonna do this social media thing. They're not trying to find themselves in that situation where they're allowing the pressures of people of what life should look like to rule and guide their world. They're like, no, we ain't doing that. And as a matter of fact, listen, actually, statistics say that they wait longer to get married. They're onto something with that. Waiting longer. Now, look, I know your girl got married at 21. I wasn't ready to be a wife. I wanted to be a wife, but was I ready to be a wife? And I say no. He's a great guy. Shout out, because he might be watching. He's a great guy. but we were just young and didn't know enough. Young, trying to figure it out without some direction. Just young, trying to make it happen. But no, the millennials are like, yeah, okay, I'll be 30 something before I get married. I'll be going on 40 before I get married. I'm not mad, because what I discovered is that because I didn't know my purpose, I didn't know I didn't know who Tisha was supposed to be. I'm looking for love from somebody who ain't really fully ever loved themselves. And so true love starts with what? Share this broadcast. Invite somebody to this conversation, because we about to get down in it. All right. True love doesn't start with any of those things. And yes, I get that you want security in a relationship. I get, what I call the woo-woos, that chemical release, that feeling, that excitement, the butterflies is what they call it. I want you to have all that in the relationship that you desire. They just make your heart melt. You hear trumpets and people singing when they come in your presence. They just do that for you. I want you to have all that. Ain't nothing wrong with all that. But listen, if it's just based on that, that's not love. And so you got to take a step back wherever you are now, especially if you're not married or you're single again. Take a step back. Take a step back and really look at the relationships of your past, how you feel about love, relationship, marriage now, and ultimately what you really want. And if those are stark opposites, then yeah, you've got to redefine some things. You need to, absolutely, true love is, and I put it this way, true love is a decision, because every day you decide to love this person, flaws and all. And yes, definitely a choice. You choose to do that. It's not a feeling. Because if you go on feelings, the feeling gonna go. The thrill is gone. Was that BB King? The thrill is gone, baby. And the thrill can leave quickly. So you better have something more than, ooh, they make me feel good. Ooh, they put it down in the bedroom. Ooh, they know what to say to me. You better have so much more than that. And yes, the millennials like, yeah, we gonna wait. We're gonna do this over here. We're gonna become multimillionaires. We gonna get into cryptocurrency. We gonna do this online thing. That I'm not mad. I wish I had the forethought as a younger woman to really focus in and hone in. But I'm here. Look, y'all got me in all this experience, all this heartbreak and pain that I've experienced and healed from. Y'all got me. But listen, if I knew back then, oh baby, this would be a different kind of conversation. Oh, trust, you still see me, but you see me in a different vein. I wouldn't have come the way of heartbreak. I wouldn't have come the way of healing for damaged emotions. I would have come a different way. Okay, still divine purpose and destiny, walking in it, but from a different perspective. And it really is okay. I just know, look, when you know better, you do better. I just know some things that I absolutely cannot allow myself to entertain, and some things that I cannot do. If that means I didn't understand when Paul said, I think it was Paul, I beat my own body down. Yeah, even if you have to do that. Then it said, true love is loving someone during those times you don't like them. Yes, because there's going to come time. the most divine relationship, there's gonna come a time where you like, you here, you still here, you ain't going nowhere. There's gonna come a time where they're not your favorite person. And that's where you gotta understand that foundation of love. You have to understand what true love really means. You got to go back to the basics. Listen to my single again, to my unmarried people, my people that have never been married. Maybe you've been in a long-term relationship, but you're single now. Listen, go back to the basics. What's your foundation of love? How did you derive there? And if you got there on broken pieces, if you got there because you saw some jacked up stuff, make sure that stuff that's within you is healed. Make sure that you have a better sense of your life and who you are and who you were created to be. Listen, you have a purpose, especially for the men. Now, we as women, we do have a purpose. Yes, we were made as to help meet. But listen, if you're a man and you don't know your purpose, you have no business being in a relationship. You have no business talking about getting married, because you about to take some woman on a journey that she don't deserve to go on. If you don't know what you're supposed to be doing and you're not on the road to that, I'm not saying you have to arrive. You need to be on the road to that. Because if not, you won't even know. You won't even know help. Okay? Because listen, especially when you have a heavy assignment where you've been anointed to do a thing, you need somebody that's suitable. The Bible says suitable. I'll make him a suitable helper. Not just, hips and thighs. That has its place. And yes, men are visual creatures. So yeah, come on, bring it, ladies. However, if she's not a good manager of anything, that's probably not going to help you. That's not going to free you up to do something. Hey, Gary, it's not going to free you up to do something. You need to make sure that you know enough about where you're on the road to, that the person that comes into your life can enhance. If I knew that 30 years ago, 20 years ago, if I knew that 10 years ago, no, if I knew, but definitely 20, 30 years ago, yes, I knew that. And I didn't. I had an idea, had an inkling, but it wasn't at the forefront. And so, listen, one of the things you need to know is that, again, putting you first. What is it that you were created to do? Why are you here? Why are you here? What is your purpose in the earth? What did you come to fulfill? What are you supposed to do to help? If you don't know that, you got to spend some time doing that, because guess what? You'll be in a relationship and go, they not it. You might love them. They can't take you to the next level. They can't pray you to the next level. They can't encourage you to the next level. They can't do any of that. Because yes, you're going to need somebody to cheer you on. You're going to need somebody to support you and undergird you. You're going to need that. But if you don't know what that is, then how can you help me help? I don't know about you. Again, as a woman, I have a purpose. I have a huge purpose. And so the man that I need to be with need to be okay with that, but have just as much purpose and walking in it as I do. Because if not, they're going to pull you. And it's a bad thing to be pulled, especially not in the right direction. I say all the time, men and my sons, Make sure make sure her fine, pretty self can help you birth out your vision and dreams. Absolutely. Absolutely. She might be cute, but she might be spending all your money. She might be cute, but she can't boil a pot of water. She might be cute. Make sure she can pray you through something. Absolutely. And I say this in love. Men are from Mars, and y'all are special creatures. Y'all need some help. Listen, I didn't say it. God said it. It's not good for you to be alone. He said it. I didn't. Y'all need some help. But if you don't know what you're doing, look, Adam wasn't sitting there twiddling his thumbs when Eve came. Okay, so you gotta be doing something. And she needs to be equipped to be able to suitable to help you walk that out, fulfill it. Ooh, love yourself to want better and search your heart and have someone on your level to support your vision, dream, and purpose. Absolutely, Katrina. Absolutely. You need to have that. I mean, think about the conversations that you can't have with somebody who doesn't understand where you are in life. I've seen that happen. And me as an entrepreneur, he don't have to be an entrepreneur. If he want to be a corporate guy, that's fine. But he got to understand what the entrepreneur hustle looks like. He got to be understanding that sometimes that's an unconventional life. And where I am now, where I got the 9 to 5 and the side hustle, he got to be able to understand what that looks like, and that we might have to schedule Netflix and chill. Y'all know what I mean. We might have to schedule some things. So it's going to um, be to your advantage to take a step back and really look at some things. What is it that you really want? I know some people that have lived their lives to, raise children or fulfill the family legacy of whatever that looks like, and have done all these things, and at the end of the day are unfulfilled because they weren't living their lives for them. They weren't living their lives according to the purpose and plan that the Most High has for them. They're walking in somebody else's footsteps, somebody else's shoes, trying to fill somebody else's shoes, and that might not even be for you. One of the movies that and I like Tyler Perry movies. I do. But one of the movies that really sticks out is Good is it Good Deeds? I always get the title wrong. I think it's Good Deeds, where Tyler Perry was the son running the company, yada yada yada. But that really wasn't what he wanted to do. And finally, he got to a point and was like, "Yeah, I gotta go live my life for me. I've done what you and Dad wanted me to do. I've done so. Those family pressures from other places, whether it's community or church or whatever, those pressures. But really, you on the inside, you dying. You not living. You dying because you're trying to fulfill somebody else's expectation of your life. But guess what? It's your life. And at a point, you have to come to a point where I respect your opinion, but I have to walk out what I've been given to do. I've come to a point, and listen, I'm the helper, I'm the giver, I'm gonna be there, I'm the supporter, I'm the cheerleader, all that. But at a point, Tisha got to look at Tisha and say, okay, this was presented. Is it moving me closer to my purpose and fulfilling what I'm supposed to be doing at this point in life? No, I'm sorry, I can't do that. Or just If they ask, say no. No. Period. It's a complete sentence. And hey, can be tough. You gotta put your big girl panties on, big boy drawers on. Can I say that? Because you will look up and your life will be gone and you haven't done anything that you were supposed to do. And when you stand before him, whoever he is to you, the Most High, whoever you call him, God, Yah, you stand before him, he's not going to ask you about what your neighbor told you to do when you were 7. He's not going to ask you, what your mama and them encouraged you to do. He's going to say, you knew that this is what I wanted for you and this is what I wanted you to do. And you chose to do otherwise. Listen, I'm not about to have that conversation. No, when he see me, I want him to say, well done. Well done, daughter. Now, it took me a long time to get here. Trust me. And even to this day, I'm still having to maneuver through some relationships because everybody is not going to understand what you've been given to do, what you've been charged to do, what your mandate for this life is supposed to be. Everybody is not going to get that. And guess what? A lot of times it's those that are closest to you. Yeah, I'm talking about them blood relatives. I'm just saying. I see it. I've seen it. I've experienced it. Okay. But you got to do it nonetheless. You got to protect your space. So go back and find that foundation. What have I walked love out? What did I think love was? And come back and say, now what should it really be? What am I doing? What should I be doing? And take it from there. Love on you, because guess what? You teach people how to treat you. So if they treat you poorly, it's because you taught them. You gave them the example. And you can't debate me on that. You taught them how to treat you, whether you enabled their behavior or you were a willing participant because of one of those things that we talked about earlier. So when you love you better, you'll not entertain some of the things. Well, let me just talk about me. I can't talk about y'all. Tisha loving Tisha for real, not for fake. Loving me for real, I make different choices. I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, why are you single? You so pretty, you so this, you so talented, by choice, because been there, done that. We're not doing that. And especially, y'all know I say on the other side of 50, when I got to 50, I was like, what have you done with your life? When you look at your life and potentially there's more life behind you than ahead of you, oh, you will say, get your life together. Like for real. I'm not there. I'm still a work in progress. I'm still working on some stuff. But guess what? Can I say that? Some of the dudes who I entertain, because look, you got to take accountability and responsibility for your actions. They didn't schmooze me. They didn't, ooh, girl. Mm-mm. Nah. Some of that I allowed. Even if it didn't feel good. I'm just talking about me. Even if I knew, you know when something ain't right. You know when something doesn't make you feel your best. You know when something just mm-mm. And yet, because you got a need, you want to be secure, you bored, you mm-mm. At a point you got to take accountability and responsibility for your own life and say, yeah, can't blame that. I'm looking at some stuff now. I'm like, thank you, Father, for being merciful. Because, yeah, I jacked that up. I jacked that up real good. Thank you for being merciful. Let me get all of me together and do this thing right. And as it relates, yep, pacifying the situation. Ooh, we. Yeah, Renee, pacify. Yeah. I stayed in a relationship. Listen, it's bad when it's bad when you get in a relationship in 1 month and 3 months later you like, how did I get here? What am I doing? I had a prodigal son moment. I was like, oh, I came to myself and I was like, what am I doing here? You saw the red flags. What are you doing here? You saw the way of escape and didn't take it. What are you doing here? And if you're not careful, see, for those of y'all that got a call on your life and you might not know exactly what, the enemy wants to distract you from fulfilling your purpose, wants to distract you from becoming all that you're supposed to be. And it ain't got to be, a call as in to preach. Your call as in life, your mission, your purpose. And especially if it's going to impact other people, and it's going, he don't want you to fulfill that. He wants you to be distracted. He wants you to go the wrong way so you can wind up in jail. You can wind up on drugs. You can wind up, just in a crazy place. You got to do better, especially if you know better. You got to do better. So look, be on the lookout for those red flags. No, the enemy already know he got to come. He got to come different. Because I recognize that, and I recognize that, and I recognize that, and I recognize that. Oh, you got in a little bit and you were able to fool me. Guess what? Won't happen again. Because I'm taking copious notes. So determine what your definition is going to be. And what you desire, give to yourself first. Because if you don't practice it with you, how can you teach somebody else? If I wasn't at a space where truly loving me and honoring me, yeah, I'd be depressed. I'd be in a jacked up relationship that wasn't going nowhere, especially not where I wanted it to go. I'd be in that space. But I value, I honor, and I love me. There was a point in which I wouldn't say none of that because I wasn't loving me. I know what there was to love. You know what I'm saying? And again, that's not about a place of perfection or any of that. It is a place of knowing that I deserve. Yeah, you probably heard me say, oh, I was a dang on good wife. I sold, I did this and that. Yes, that's coming back to me. But guess what? Because I'm a daughter of the Most High King, I deserve. I'm royalty. I deserve. Ladies, some of y'all royalty and you entertaining the court jester. Wrong answer. Who is he for real? And who is he supposed to be? You got to love yourself. You have to stop being prisoner to the pain of your past, thinking that you can't have true love, or, nobody has had a successful relationship in my family, or whatever the situation may be. No, that don't have to be your story at all. Katrina says, so true. God gives us gifts. I ask God to search my mind and my heart. You are a minister, my sister. Oh, bless you. Thank you for these words of wisdom. I've been there. Be true to yourself and honor yourself. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I appreciate your kind words. Yes, you got purpose. You got a call on your life. Listen, you're a queen. I know we throw that word around. You're a queen. Oh, queen. Hey sis, thanks for joining us, Shafika. You a queen for real. You're royalty. Okay. My sister, you are royalty. Quit entertaining the help. Quit entertaining the court jester. You don't know what that is? The clown. The one the lowest of the low in the room. Quit entertaining that. You deserve so much better. You know, we're not where we have arranged marriages, but some cultures they don't let you do all that. No, we know his family, we know his blood. That's who you're gonna marry. I'm thankful. If I could have done my relationships a little different, I would have. But I'm thankful for choice, because But that's culture. 100% royal. Yes, yes. Hey, Rhino. What does that look for, sir? Thank you for joining us. Thank you guys for joining us. If you haven't shared the broadcast, please join the broadcast. We've been talking about what love truly is. And so I'm thankful that you all are here with us tonight. Thank you to those who have shared the broadcast. I appreciate you. I'm going to be wrapping it up in just a few moments. But yeah, if you have, and you've got some work to do, you know that there's purpose for you, then hey. Oh, you walked in a good space, brother. It's all good. It's all good. Um, if you know that, especially to my ladies, to the queens, girl, you better position yourself to get your king. I know we talking about Boaz. I'm waiting on my Boaz. I'm waiting on my Boaz. Well, okay, understand the story of Ruth. But if that's your look, she positioned herself. And if you don't know how to do that, then get some help. You don't know how to do that, get some help. You don't know how to heal, get some help. For real, because it's available to you. But will you do the work? Some of us, let me say us, have been through some pain that needs some for real healing. My issues of abandonment and rejection caused me to be in the wrong relationships, caused me to make some choices such that were not the best for my life. And again, distractions took me down a path that I really wasn't even supposed to go down. The first marriage, okay. But yeah, you need to make sure that you are doing your due diligence for your life. Get you together. I say all the time, joking, you can't expect him to have an 850 and your credit score is 325. That don't work. I know I don't like to have what you bring it to the table kind of conversations. But I mean, that is the reality. But what you want him to bring to the table, you better be bringing some stuff to the table yourself. We can complement each other. We don't have to have the same thing, but we got to be going in the same direction. Boaz was kinsman redeemer, so unless you need to be restored to that family, go for it. Yeah. So get in position so that you can receive. Listen, why know that the brick wall is coming, but you keep walking with the blindfold on anyway? No, makes no sense. Take the blindfold off, take the blinders off, take the scales off, and really take a good look. And if that means that you gotta sit out for a minute, you know what I mean? Don't date, don't deal with somebody, then do that. So that you can get you together so that you will attract. A lot of times women know what they don't want, and that's what consumes them. And guess what? What you don't want is what you're going to attract. You need to know what you want. Yes, ma'am, because I will not finance you. Now, back in the day, I have to admit, back in the day, though we was both on the struggle bus, but we was gonna go on that trip together. Ride or die, man. That has been my life, ride or die. But at this point in life, we riding and living. We riding and living a better life. We riding and living to better destinations. We riding and living our best life yet. Just buy me a shit. Hilarious. So let it start with you. That you do your work. Yolanda, Iyanla. I don't care what y'all say about her. She like, do your work, beloved. Do your work because nobody can do that for you. Even the best person, the most ideal person can do your work for you. It is not somebody else's responsibility to make you happy. But listen, when I was looking for love and wanted to be loved, I wanted them to bring all that to me. No, it starts with you. So true love starts with you. If you know that to be true, put it in the comments. True love starts with me. 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 That is just the bottom line. It's nobody else's responsibility to make you happy. Happiness is an inside job. Now they should contribute to the happy environment that already is. Okay. But it's not their response. Court jesters. Quit entertaining court jesters because you want them to do a trick in the dance and a song for you. No. Oh, I'll rock with a brother, but I won't take care of you. Win this thing together. Absolutely. Absolutely. True love starts with me. Absolutely. Starts with me. And if you don't like what that looks like, get some help. Believe me, COVID has allowed me, like others, to put a couple few more and certainly not take them off because I supposed to be real summertime fan by now. But guess what? Flaws and all, I love me. I love me. There was a point in my life I couldn't say that, y'all. True love starts with me, starts within. Absolutely, Katrina. I'd be like, I love him, but I couldn't say I love me. Guess what? I love me. Yeah, I'm working on some stuff. I'm perfecting some stuff. I'm working some stuff out. I'm working through some stuff. But I love me. If you can't look in the mirror and say I love me, you have no business trying to be in a relationship. If love solely includes who they are and what they are, you got some work to do. Do your work. I'm here to support you. I love me some you, but get some help. If you need help, get some help. Listen, I am coming out with some incredible things. I know y'all like, okay, she keeps saying that because I've been making adjustments, okay, and it's like, all right, already. Quit making adjustments and just go on to do the dang on thing. So I'm creating a program that I'll be unfolding before you very, 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 very soon. Actually, I had I don't know what day it was, but one of them days last week, I told you about it. The name of it is Him First for Women, helping women discover the lives of the men in their lives that mean the most to them and making sure that those are powerful relationships and that you're not stuck in any trauma or anything that would take you down, weigh you down, tear you down. But having powerful relationships such that you're built up. So we're going to be launching that very soon, and just excited about helping some people get free from the pain of their past. You don't have to stay prisoner to the pain of your past. You come on out. A lot of times we're in a prison, a self-imposed prison. You got the key. As a matter of fact, you ain't got the key. The cell door is open, and yet you sit there. Stop sitting there. Get some help if you need it. Work on you, love you, and then position yourself to receive the love that you've been desiring and you wanted. And so I'm excited about that. Looking forward to helping some ladies get to that, as I am in that place myself. Okay. But I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. Me too. Now I have love me some rose stretch marks, all girl. Yeah. I'm like, okay, don't look at this part. Look at my legs. Look at my toes is cute. Look at my toes. Look at my dimples. Don't look, look at the dimples. But no, you do. You have to love you, all of you, every part of you, before you can really expect somebody else to love you. How can you expect them to love you and you don't love you? It don't even make sense. Who told you that? Stop it. Stop it. Just stop. Send this to somebody who you can't say that to. I say it for you. Look, stop it. All that madness, just stop. Love you for real. You'll make a different choice in relationships. I promise you, you'll make it. There's some people in my past that I love, but guess what? It couldn't ever be again. Ever. Ever, ever. Right. Look at my nails and my toes. Absolute. Look, I listen, y'all. I'm so ready to get this hair done. I don't know what to do, but we strategic with the hair, and so I got one more week. But I'm like, this hair is driving me crazy. But we on a mission, so we gotta make it do what it do. I'm just saying, make it do what it do. Where you are, make it do what it do. It's all right. Love you. Love all of you. So, all right, you guys, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much for being here, rocking with me tonight. Yeah, the man is missing tonight. I guess he coming back. I don't know. I think he's coming back. Nah, Coach Jay had something else going on tonight, so y'all just got me tonight, so it's all good. But I'm the creator of the Fire Every Friday, so it's all right if it's just me. Okay, all right. We was doing Fire Every Friday before Coach J came along. It's all good. So, again, thank you so much. Please share the broadcast if you haven't already done so, or if you thought of somebody else that you want to share it with. Thank you, Dana. I appreciate you, sis. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much for sharing and purchasing and supporting my book. If you haven't gotten your copy of After Him Emerge, 7 stories of women who have come through relationship trauma, divorce, hurt, and pain, and can say that life is still good even after him. Some of the ladies are married again. One of the authors, she got married like right after we released the book, so that was incredible. But love is still happening. Listen, I don't care what you see on TV. Y'all stop watching all that TV, all that non-reality stuff. There are thriving, happy, loving relationships, happy, loving marriages, and you can have one too. Don't just believe that it's good for them. No, it can be good for you too. But it's whatever you believe. So thank you, Katrina. I appreciate that. So glad that you joined us tonight. You guys give Katrina some hearts. I don't know if she'd be able to see the hearts, but y'all give us some hearts. I'll see the hearts Give us some hearts for joining us, being a first-time viewer tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for participating in the conversation. It's been incredible. So listen, we are here every Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Fiery Friday, but I definitely will be back as we are doing some. Thank you for the hearts. I see those hearts. I definitely will be back to share with you the things that we're doing. Y'all know God is showing out in my life. Woo, my life is incredible, honey. I'm looking like, is that your life? Yeah. All right. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. So truly, the Most High is incredible. And I thank him for all that he's doing. So I'll continue to share. Next Sunday, I'll be a guest speaker at Shalom Baptist Church. My brother and sister are there, and I appreciate them. I thank my sister for the invitation to be her first year as First Lady, to be her Women's Day speaker. So I'll be doing that next week. And June 12th, all roads lead to the Leadership Experience Tour, the FAIR Consulting Group. I appreciate the opportunity to be on that stage. Looking forward to it. So support your girl, bit.ly/Tisha Speaks 21. Get your ticket, get your virtual ticket. I'm an AM speaker, so get your virtual ticket. Come rock with your girl. Help me. Look, I want my people there. You know, I'm just going to be on 5 continents. That's all. Viewed by a couple 100,000 people. Look, that's pressure. It ain't easy as you might think it is. That's some show enough stuff, but I would love to see you. Definitely would thank you for your support if you choose to do so. So bit.ly/Tisha Speaks 21. I appreciate that. I appreciate you all joining each and every week and your support. If you haven't joined for the Lover in You group, go ahead and connect with me, and I'll make sure I send you an invitation. Hey, Tiffany, that's my sis. She's in Texas, but she's coming. We're gonna rock the stage together. Well, you know, not at the same time, but the same stage. I'm super excited. So you guys have a great and awesome night. Have a wonderful, hey Anti, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And I definitely will be back Monday at the latest. But I'm excited, working on some good stuff. And I'm truly thankful that you guys were with me tonight. So I appreciate you. All right, you guys, love you. Have a good one. See you soon.